Die Heimspiele der Munich Cowboys werden Ihnen präsentiert von unserem Hauptsponsor Werksviertel Mitte, Urbanität neu erleben.
Ich darf Sie herzlich begrüßen zur Pressekonferenz nach dem Preseason-Game der Munich Cowboys gegen die München Rangers. Ich darf Ihnen kurz das Podium vorstellen. Zu meiner Rechten der Headcoach der München Rangers, Dan Bilodeau, und der Quarterback der München Rangers, Brandon Watkins. Zu meiner Linken Headcoach der Munich Cowboys, Garen Holly, und unser Safety, Jeremiah Maluja. Vielleicht starten wir mit den Gästen. Dan, maybe you have some quick information about the game for us.
Overall, it was about what I thought. I had a few goals set going into it. I accomplished most of them. I was pretty much my goal was to keep it under 50 or 60. I would have liked it under 50. And I wanted to punch one in and then have my guys play hard to the end. I had to get on them a couple times, but other than that, did a pretty good, solid job. I got about a third of my team. That's the first game they've played, and they got to do it against a GFL-1 team, so welcome to football. Yeah, so overall, I thought it was good. Cowboys did a good job. You know, because quite naturally they could have left their starters in and ran it up, but coach, you know, being an American, he knows he don't want to get his real players hurt, or good players hurt. So overall, it was exactly what I wanted to get out of it. I think we'll be fine injury-wise, and it'll carry over positively into the season.
Thank you. Garen, also first game for us this season. What did you see on the field?
Kind of the same thing as Coach Bilodeau. You know, I want to thank him obviously for stepping up and taking the challenge. We asked a lot of teams locally, and you know, they kind of backed down from the challenge. But Coach Bilodeau stepped up to the challenge with his team, and he had them ready to play. That was the message to my guys. I mean, they're going to be here ready to play. They practice just as much as we do. But the game went kind of how it was expected to go. We played hard all 4 quarters. We got all of our guys had a chance to play. Played some quality snaps. You know, we stayed healthy. But I think we executed well, especially defensively. Minus a couple penalties here and there. We executed our base defense the way we wanted to execute it. Obviously, we had those couple turnovers on offense in the second quarter, but we bounced back and got that stuff cleaned up. So, you know, I think the game went how we wanted it to go. You know, we stayed healthy. We executed our base offense, our base defense. We didn't make a lot of mistakes on special teams because we really haven't spent a lot of time on it, and that's kind of my fault. But, you know, we came out and executed, so I'm happy with how it went.
Thank you. Brandon, some very good plays today. How did you see it?
I thought it was pretty fun, actually. I've been here for a few days, so muscles were a little tight, but my chemistry with my teammates, we need to improve on that. We only got to practice maybe one time, so it was pretty much went how I thought it was going to go. Got to run around a little bit, throw a couple passes. I didn't know what to expect. I just want to get some more experience with my guys, and I think we'll do very well this season.
Thank you. Jerry, good game. I saw it. So, your first game in Germany.
Yes.
What did you feel?
You know, it's been a while since I played an actual game, and it felt really good to play out there. And just being out there, knowing the guys playing on the side of you are going to back you up, just feels really great. You know. So yeah, I feel pretty good. You know, our offense is doing. They executed pretty well. You know, minus some of the bumps on the road, but other than that, I think they executed pretty well. The defense, I feel like we did an outstanding job as far as like alignment assignment. You know, Coach G put us in great positions and we capitalized on it. So I thought we played pretty well.
Thank you. Gibt's Fragen von Seiten der Medien?
Coach Bilodeau, Football 12 huddle. Okay. First, What do you see? How much or what part of the team you must work a little bit harder that you can stay more stable on the field? The biggest problem was the running game against the Cowboys. It was big holes in the middle, and the running backs can move forward any yards.
Just probably keep working at it. You know, like I said, a lot of my guys, well, out of my linemen, O-linemen, 3 of them, that was their first football game ever playing in. Okay. And one of the 3, I think, I barely know him. I think he's been at 3 or 4 practices. He just came out. And he was my smallest lineman. But he's a tough kid. He does a good job. That's why he's in there. So I just think, again, keeping at it. We're getting ready to go in there, on an Easter camp on Thursday, so we'll get from Thursday to Sunday. Well, for over here, we'll get a month's worth of work in a couple days. So that's going to help. Like I said, overall, it went pretty good. I mean, they're going against guys that have played football several years. They know what they're doing. So, you know, it's the difference between third league, first league. It was plain and simple. And again, like I said, now if I would have had a Ranger team that was the Rangers a couple years ago, we would have been tougher. But like I said, a third of my team is guys that saw the Super Bowl in January and wanted to try American football. So I'm happy to have them, because that was my biggest concern going when I took the job, was the lack of numbers, because that was the biggest thing that surprised me. But we'll keep plugging at it, and again, I'm in the third league, so I think just the Easter camp and getting the guys to play a little more aggressive and confident will be okay.
Okay. What do you think? The last 3 years, Rangers played around 27 games and won only 1. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think that what you can change with this team to get a winning team this season?
Just get that losing attitude out of them, which they've done a good job at. I didn't take the job until the end of December, basically shortly before the Christmas break, so I didn't start working with them in January. And again, the guys that have been playing here, you know, they were like beat dogs. You know, you get your ass kicked for 2 years. It's one reason why a lot of guys are probably gone. Hats off to the guys that stayed, but they were used to losing. So the few times that I did have to get on them from January to now, you know, they just, as soon as a team pops one in on them, oh, here we go again. We're just going to lose another game. You know, I'm just not going to take that. I mean, I watched the Super Bowl on NFL Network this morning, and the Patriots were losing by quite a bit, and came back and win. You know, a little bit of fight, you know, just the fight of wanting to win and getting that out of them. But again, they've done a good job with that, because if we would have played the Cowboys a month ago, it would have been 100-0. I can guarantee you that.
Okay. Last question to you. What was the reason for that unsportsmanlike against coaches?
Yeah, that's a tough one to explain over here. That fourth quarter should have been a lot quicker.
Okay.
Coach knows what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they said they were being quick, but they weren't being quick enough. I mean, what were we getting done out there? He had all his guys in. I had all my guys in. I mean, I had barely enough to play anyway, so everybody's tired. Coach saw what he needed to see. I saw what I needed to see. Why were we still playing that game that long? Now, generally the answer I'm going to get is because it was the clock, but again, he knows what I'm talking about. That fourth quarter should have lasted max 5 minutes on a real clock. So that's why, I don't want none of his guys to get hurt. I'm getting ready to go to camp. I don't want no dumb injuries. We saw what we needed to see, and it's just a little bit of the common sense that again, over here it just doesn't happen as much, and so I got a little upset.
Okay. Coach. Yes. Not bad what we could see in this game. It was really good, really well. The only thing that I missed a little bit is the passing game. Running game was really good. 2 running backs were really well, played really well. The lineman make really good open game. But the passing game?
You know, kind of, we wanted to keep it simple and basic.
Okay.
And and the things that we want to be good at. Okay, that was the whole focal point of this game, coming game plan wise, not knowing what the other team's going to do, and going into Sarlin weeks here for preparation was just get perfect at the basic things that we got to be good at. So that was our running game and our quick game and our screen game. So offensively, that was what we wanted to shore up and get good at. So going into Sarlin, we can open it up and let the ball ride vertically because Ben's got a big arm. We got guys that can go get it. It was the same defensively. You know, we played cover 4 and cover 3.
I saw that.
That's all we did. You know.
Okay.
So yeah.
And your quarterback. How you can learn your quarterback that he put the ball in and say with 2 hands that he don't thump the ball?
You know, it's just one of those trying to do too much. I mean, he knows, like he's been around, so like he made a mistake, and he knows he's just trying to do too much, and that's the message that you got to send when you have talented guys, especially because he came from Franken where he had to do everything. Okay. You know what I mean? It was him, and it was their receiver, Juice Atkins.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? So now that he has weapons around him, and it's not just him, it's like understanding, like, hey, let's just take care of the ball because we're gonna move the ball. It's not gonna be an issue. It's the stupid stuff that gets us in trouble. Like we were backed up 3 times, and we're fortunate enough that we bent, but we didn't break defensively. That's not always going to happen against the good teams that will play. So it's just being smart.
Yeah, that's what a good day for you to have. Well, against you, good practice on the field for your team that they can see what is good, what is not so good. In 2 weeks, the season starts for you. GFL season #1 for the Munich Cowboys. Do you know your opponent?
Yeah, Sarlin.
You saw something from him?
No, they play Cologne today, so we're going to hope to exchange the films, so that way we can at least have legitimate scout of each other. But I mean, it's Sarlin. I mean, I've coached against Coach Scythe when I was back here in 13 and 14. So I mean, I know what to expect. You know, they haven't changed much from looking at what they did last year offensively. So offensively, they haven't really changed that much. Defensively, I know they brought in all their imports are like skill players. Okay. So I know from that perspective that, you know, we got to shore that up. But in the trenches, it's where it's won in football, and I feel we've done a good job in recruiting. Obviously, the guys we have here, especially our local German guys, that we feel comfortable up front with how that game will go. But we'll get them game planned up from the coaching staff.
Thank you, coaches. Both coaches, good luck for the season.
Thank you.
Gibt es weitere Fragen?
Nö, alles gefragt.
Das habe ich mir gedacht. Okay. Gut, dann bleibt mir noch auf unser nächstes Heimspiel explizit hinzuweisen. Das wäre am 22. April gegen die Saarland Hurricanes, wie wir schon gehört haben. Nochmal ein verstärkter Gegner, nochmal mit US-Imports verstärkter Gegner. Wird sicherlich ein spannendes Spiel werden. Kickoff ist um 16 Uhr hier wieder im Dantestadion. Ich darf mich bei unserem Hauptsponsor, dem Werksviertel Mitte, bedanken für die Unterstützung in diesem Jahr, sowie allen anderen Sponsoren und Partnern danken für die tolle Unterstützung und darf Ihnen eine gute Heimreise wünschen, gute Heimfahrt. Ihr habt es genauso weit wie wir.
That's why it was awesome.
Von daher
That's a test game for us in the stadium.
Entsprechend herzlichen Dank und alles Gute.
Thank you.
Good.